Hello everyone, my name is Ryan. Welcome back to the Random Opening Series. Today we're starting off on High I, and what the funny thing is, I recorded a great opening, but then I wasn't thinking that, and then I started with a start point, so then I had to resign and start over again. So that was kind of funny. 5 wins on this account. Doing pretty well. I think it's around average, I believe. Maybe we're getting up to a lot more than 5 on some of my other accounts. So we're starting off with 2 approaches. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is not what I typically do. Is I want to do a more kind of center style, so I'm trying to play more of these kind of moves. 1 space pincer though. I probably have to jump in order to continue my train of thought there. This move is a little out of place though. It feels like, yeah, I don't know. It's, if I shoulder hit, white will push, go under. Slightly awkward. Yeah, if he just pushes and goes under, then my 4/5 stone here in the bottom right is in a slightly awkward position. But I do have to make the connection, because when white goes in the center, then both my groups will be inefficient. So this move is necessary. And now, okay, so I might as well just take the corner, since he did a 1 space extension. And yeah, this move is very big, local. It's a very big local move. And even though I'm going for center influence, I think this move is just too big to pass. Since he invaded here, I definitely will pincer. Okay, now I have 2 choices. Do I defend and let him escape? Or do I enclose? I think both will actually work. I'm more leaning against just defending the corner though. If I enclose, then white will live in sente and white can keep going. But if I do this, I have a target, and white is relatively weak, so he's going to run against my wall here, which is going to allow me to use it more. I didn't really think too much about that move because I already had that in mind. I don't think I can get the peep here because white can attach, so I was kind of afraid of that. So I'm going to do this first, and then keep chasing, and then I guess I'll just jump back. Should we do one more? We'll do one more. I didn't want to exchange this one, since I might wedge. That could be something I do in the future. There's actually a very big weakness on the bottom. If I have a very strong group, for example, this wedge doesn't work anymore, then I can actually just peep here. White can't block on the right, so I can actually connect back and reduce the bottom as well. So I guess he's not really worried about this group at all. I mean, I'm not trying to kill it. I'm trying to enclose it and keep sente. How should I do the net? Maybe I can just do a knight's move here. So if he attaches, then I can play a Kosumi here and cut his group off. Yeah, so that's the plan. Oh, if you guys notice, I'm trying out different mics so hopefully the audio quality will improve. I've heard that the headphone is slightly better. So, why did I do this? This is such a bad move. I wasn't thinking there. Now, I'm gonna have to protect this cut. The good thing about this is I have a wedge here. This is very severe. If he does go to could cut me here, so he can push, and cut. But then I can wedge here. Even if he captures my left, he has a huge group on the right side, which he cannot sacrifice. So it's a pretty severe move. Now if he fixes, then I'll just play Kosumi here to fix my cut over here on the left. He clamped. I can actually still wedge. So it doesn't really protect that move in particular. Okay, so now since he Atari'd this way, he's protected the wedge here. So I really need to go back to protect my push and cut. But yeah, I'm pretty much accomplishing my goal. There's no cut here, so I don't have to worry about it. And he's gonna have to find his eyes. And in the process, I've built another wall. So, okay, well, that is going to give me a very good reason to try and capture this group, I think. Yeah, I don't think I want to play here. If he pushes, or do I capture this? Probably just better to play a peaceful move. The reason why I didn't want to do this is because it will give white more moves, and then he can have different eye space. But if I Kosumi here and block, he's gonna only have a Gote eye on the right side, and he seems like to only have a Gote eye in the middle, which means this group is actually in pretty big danger. There is more eye space here. If he pushes and plays here, there's another potential for an eye, either in the middle here, in the J12 area, or at H14. So there is quite a bit of eye space, but it's not easy. And if anything, he's going to have to sacrifice the bottom. Yeah. If I have another move here, and I can pretty much play this now. And it's a very comfortable Sente move that will reduce White's bottom side. And also he's going to have to hurt the corner in order to make this alive. So I'm actually benefiting a lot of hidden points, like hidden that it's not really obvious when you play the move, but it does come in later. So he says he connected, so he still left this move here. Now he's. Let me see how I should probably exchange this. It definitely doesn't feel like an alive group from just looking at this and eyeballing it. Yeah, it feels pretty dead. Yeah, I actually don't see any way for White to make this alive. Because they're all fake eyes, and the eye that I said in the middle here, if he plays there, I can just extend. If he plays at eye 13, then I can just extend. And there still isn't really the second eye. Maybe I should play there first. uh, wait, why did he resign? He can actually extend here. Yeah, I should have extended here. This is actually a a very bad impulsive move, because this is really an important point for an eye. If white plays here, then when black goes in the middle here, oh yeah, it's actually quite hard to kill because he has this Atari, and he can wedge through. So that I didn't really anticipate. Maybe I should have just taken away this eye, like here. Yeah, there's a lot of ways for big groups to make eye space. And maybe, yeah, this way seems much more realistic. After this, white will have a gote eye on the right side, and then another gote eye in the middle. And there doesn't seem like any eyes here. Although he can push, but as long as the Atari is gote, then I would have it. So white does have a way. I just saw a way for white to live. White can push first. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit here. So after my move here, white can push first here, and then black will have to block, and then white can Atari. Oh no, black can connect. Okay, so it's about the same thing, but this ko will take a while since white has a million local ko threats, and black also has a lot of local ko threats. So yeah, it's definitely not as simple as it might have seemed in the game. But still, after black gains more strength, black can still attack the stone. So I'm not really worried about the game. It's just he could have lived, so maybe his fighting spirit wasn't as high in this game. So let's move on to the next game. Okay, a 2. Oh man, I'm rolling this so frequently. Okay, here we go. Kobayashi. I've actually played Kobayashi opening many times in the past. And the funny thing is, I actually played Kobayashi opening against Kobayashi many times before I was pro. However, I've never managed to beat him, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's a smart thing or not to play Kobayashi opening against Kobayashi himself. Probably the answer is no, but interesting. My opponent is just invading 3/3 in all corners. Unfortunately, this is Kobayashi opening, so I can't actually do it. But is he pretending to be an AI or something? He's playing like super fast. I don't know what he's doing. So this actually reverted to the high approach result. So he actually connected. I'm going to honey and cut here because I actually want to develop this as well. I didn't really want honey and cut on the top right since I have these 3 stones. So I could just give white the upper side, but I didn't want to give white the right side. That's definitely not going to be a good move. Because when you extend up, you expose yourself to a very obvious weakness. After I hane and cut, I can hane on above. So white's shape is actually quite bad. So that's why AlphaGo started out the Atari and Descend, because after you Atari and Descend, the shape has absolutely no weaknesses, which is a huge thing when you are fighting. But since I was able to get a weakness, I'm actually just able to push this through, which is actually very comfortable. I can actually Atari and extend. Wow, my opponent's just playing like he doesn't care about the center at all. Like, I feel pretty comfortable. But of course, when you play this type of game, you have to be able to capture your opponent, basically. If your opponent plays this way, they're obviously going to invade later. So just make sure you're able to capture them when they do invade. But such an extreme kind of play style is almost never good. Yeah, I don't think I need to like give the reason behind that. It's just not going to be any good. And he's playing like super fast. So this type of player is really dangerous because they give you a lot of pressure. Like if you don't know what you're doing, then you could really be in trouble. But I guess when you play against players like these, just be confident and think about what you know and what you can be sure about. And the rest, you just is just really from your Go knowledge. I don't think I even need to like intercept this. I'll just let him connect back. But yeah, I mean, he's just gonna lose this game. I don't even have to count. Like the center is like way too big. And he's still playing very, very fast. This is interesting. I've never I haven't come across someone like this yet during this series. And well, yeah, this is a first. I wonder if you guys played anyone like this before, just going for all the corner and sides without caring anything about hold board thinking. It's very interesting. I'm very I'm surprised, but I'm also having a bit of fun, I guess. Yeah, this is interesting. So that tiger shot was a terrible move. Now, can I descend? Feels a bit dangerous, actually. I feel like I'm letting a lot of things go, but what? That is very awkward. That is not what I expected. So he's gonna try more things here, but he's got a cut right now. You guys probably realized by now. I mean, yeah, with all these games that I played on this account, all it comes down to is how well you can fight. But there's also nothing in the middle, I think. The Atari and extend is Sente, so I do have to worry a little bit about that. I think I'm just gonna capture this. He's like playing every 2 seconds. I think this game is like 5 minutes, probably less than 5 minutes so far. You guys can look at the timestamp, but like this is too fast. He's like catching me off guard in places because I'm also just like trying to react, but he's playing too fast. I'm also not thinking. he's he's uh he's got my rhythm mixed up. It's like too many things I could do, but this is definitely not gonna live. Another dragon slaying task. So at this point, this Atari is going to be, I'm going to Atari back. So that's actually not a Sente move anymore. And now I just play moves to take away eyes, basically. Okay, this I need to respond to. But he's only got one eye. And that's the reason why it just extended, because I can take away this eye by playing inside here. I can, like, yeah, at this point, there's no more variations. Yeah, like, where's he gonna go in the middle? So that was probably a 5-minute game for you. I know some of you guys like the longer games, but I think these are quite interesting too. Like you can just like see right away like some mistakes that we both make. But I guess the my takeaway here is that as long as you keep general, like the big moves, you play the big moves correct, then there is really nowhere you can lose the game. You can make small mistakes, but sometimes there's just really important places in the game where you just need to think like more than other moves. You know, I guess I can go back and maybe briefly review this and show you guys. But yeah, like even after this game, I have no idea what happened. It's just this is just like I don't think I even needed that move. I just don't know what to do now. Just responding to everything now. Wait, I actually want to do the cut first. You should never forget your end games in all type of games. So this might look kind of ridiculous, but actually, wait a minute. Is this just dead? This is a very interesting shape, actually. I didn't even see this move right then. Wow, this is a very cool shape actually at the end. So the point I was trying to make is that when you play like this, it really discourages your opponent from continuing because like they just realize that they have no chance, and then but if you keep responding to them, they'll feel like, oh, this guy's responding, I might have a chance. But this really destroys like their mentality. So their chances of resigning actually increases. Now, this is like kind of from my experience, but yeah, I mean, it does work. It encourages people to resign. Oh my God, really? Okay. I think we've actually officially entered the, how should we call this stage of the game? It's the don't make any mistakes and you win stage. I capture this, I guess? Or do I... I'll capture this. He still wants the corner. Very stubborn opponent. Very, very stubborn. So the Q players in the audience, you guys should realize that sometimes a 3-down player is only a certain, I mean, they're not super strong, right? So of course, like if you think about it, after you improve like a few levels, is there a fundamental improvement in all areas of your play? I don't think so. It's really just as a whole. You improve certain areas of your play, so it's not like you improve in every aspect. And this guy definitely need to improve their whole board thinking. So I think there are a few important places during the game. After blocking closes everything, like, whoops, sorry, I am lagging a little bit, so I think I pressed the backward button too many times. So maybe at this point, it's still a close game. Like if white descends, then black would need to think about what to do. Whoops, what happened there? Yeah, so after this move, black would need to... I was thinking... What? Why is it only white stones? What happened there? If I finish and redo it, does it help? Not game request. Is that review? Okay. I think we've got it. So there and there. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. So my point is that when white descends and black plays here, I think the game is still quite close. Like, for example, if white Ataris and then, maybe invades here, or finds like a more general way to reduce, probably it's still close. I mean, I would still like black. I would prefer black in this case, but it's definitely hard to say. I definitely don't consider this a one game or a big lead or anything like that. So it's still quite... there's still a lot you need to do before the game actually can be said that way. So yeah, I think this is the type of stages where you need to spend more time on. Like after Black Hane's and White Hane's back, like this move really shouldn't have been played. White should actually just capture. Even if Black extends, the shape is much worse for White, but still, it's still a long game. White can try to find ways to invade Black's influence. But as these moves get played, especially after White captures this stone, which doesn't do anything other than an endgame, now it's a lot harder, right? And then we keep going. White does this, and then White captures this stone. And then after this, the middle is just, there's no entrance other than just this small area, which White should still think about, going in from this area. So all of these points are actually points that are worth taking some time. What happens later, it's easy to get caught up on, but it's actually not as important, I think. What's really important is before it gets to this point. What should you do? I think that is something we should focus on. But anyway, so much for our Kobayashi game. But all right, let's see what our next game is. I think I just rolled a 2 again. Did I click it? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, well, I don't mind actually going up to 5 early. So yeah, we rolled it, so let's do it. As White, it's always very hard to get a Kobayashi opening. But I said as long as it's reasonable, I'll try it. Well, okay, well now it's pretty much impossible. I've always liked the double approach Joseki, even though it seems to just way more simpler to just invade 3-3. But yeah. This is kind of just my kind of style. I played the wow. I think I just came across another Blitz guy. I looked at my last game, and it was actually 20 minutes. So I thought it was only going to be a much shorter episode. Sorry, a much shorter game, but it was actually quite a long time. I'll just extend. Yeah, so now if Black escapes, he's going to be in real trouble. And I'm glad he did, because now I can show you guys. Because now if I push once, there's no... he just died here. I don't even have to jump. I can actually just play here. This is what happens when you play too fast and you're not like looking at all your groups, I think. It's a good example. Because Black is completely dead without any variation. I'm gonna make a jump in the middle because he's gonna try to enclose my group and have a liberty race, which I really don't feel like doing. So that's my reasoning behind that. Okay, well, I think this is actually really going to be a 5-minute game. Should I be playing as fast as they are? Well, I'm sorry, guys. It's just I'm also shaking my head, but this is really happening. I don't feel like I need extra time here, so I guess I'm just playing at his pace. I think we need like we need some statistics. What is the fastest game I've ever played in this series? Was it? It was probably one of the earlier games. That was how long was one of the earlier games? I think there was one game that was super fast, which was which game was that? It was a 4-6 game. I'm trying to remember, and I think it was one of the 4-6 games. It was so fast because my opponent made a mistake and he resigned in the bottom right. I remember that game. Oh, it's gonna be really hard to beat that though. Yeah, that's gonna be really hard. Okay, to convince my opponent to resign, I'm just gonna reduce the liberties here for this group. It's just a connect and die, actually. There's no... He should have connected there. That was a pretty big mistake. Oh, man. I was really hoping to hear that dun sound, but it didn't happen. Oh. I think we're playing 2-second move. 2 seconds per move. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Well, so much for Kobayashi again. I guess I don't really have that much comments about that game. Pretty crazy fight there. Number 4. Mini Chinese, let's go. 7 games is not bad on this account. Oh no. He took my mini Chinese. Wow, an avalanche. I'm excited to play this. Huh. Weird avalanche Joseki there. Black should have cut instead of blocked. Which way did he blocked this way? Yeah, and then that would have been somewhat close to a Joseki. My tiger's mouth here was probably a little too passive. I should have played a Hane instead. That would also protect the cut, but it will also make something here much less severe. Yeah. Oh, his name is Kurt. Do an approach. Interesting. He did a shoulder hit and then attached. which really is completely unnecessary. I don't know what that means. I mean, yeah, in this context, it doesn't really make much sense, I think. I was thinking about whether I should pincer or protect this. I wanted to protect this because it actually puts a little bit of pressure on this group as well. So I'm probably thinking about attacking too much. I really don't need to be thinking about attacking this much. So yeah. No, it's actually a pretty gloomy day today. I usually record this in the afternoon because the lighting is usually better. And plus I have nothing better to do in the afternoon anyway. It's actually because afternoon is usually a time where you get tired. Like I sometimes get sleepy. So it's a good time to, have some Go. Play some Go when you're feeling a bit tired from working or whatever. So this is a pretty common shape. I think I still want a tiger's mouth, even though I'm not going to start the ko. I don't feel like starting the ko. I just settle this group. He doesn't have much value in his moves. Like something like this, I can just invade. And he's also leaving this stone alone, which seems pretty... I think I have quite a few options here. Oh wait, if I extend here when he Ataris and Atarian block, he can actually play the tiger's mouth and he can actually use that stone. So I actually need to push here first. So this was all kind of... I didn't expect this to go that smoothly, actually. There are a lot of things I think Black could have done here. Attach and cut or something. I had a cut here, which I did worry about, but he didn't really play it. I think I want this. Do I want this? No, I should just... No, I can't capture. Do you want to play this Kosumi? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want this Kosumi instead of that one. Oh. Why did I tar this? And then, yeah. Nothing with no outside stuff. I just capture this. Okay, I think we've officially entered that stage again. Because Black got captured, and now Also, this group looks kind of dangerous. At least he's going to get attacked pretty badly. Yeah, this kind of outside play. It's pretty easy to make a mistake here and there. Gotta be careful with this kind of stuff. I don't want him to like extend this out. Maybe that's it's a pretty long, it's a pretty far away worry. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, so I got the timeout win. Pretty interesting fight here. I think my opponent generally is not as good with shape. Like he's been playing, for example, this connection have been a tiger's mouth. Small things like this thing probably won't actually defend this territory. And he also didn't play the correct Joseki on the top left. So, next time, let's give it a roll. And we got 5. We haven't had 6 God for a while. I was actually, yes, 5. 5 is good. 5. That means we are starting the next episode with the unorthodox opening. I will see you all next time.